From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, November 28th, 2014. Silver is trading at $16.11 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,187 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $365. Antiwar.com reports U.S. officials are confirming that they are engaging in ongoing negotiations with Arab nations in an effort to send Arab ground troops to Iraq and Syria to fight the Islamic State. With Iraq's military a corrupt train wreck and Syria's military not much better off after years of war, the U.S. coalition is keen to see some boots on the ground in nations to fight the Islamic State, and are increasingly recognizing that neither nation's military is really up to retaking territory from the Islamic State. The U.S. has been increasing its own ground presence across Iraq, though they continue to deny that they're going to be involved in direct combat operations. Jordan seems to be keen to get an Arab army involved and could be the first nation on board with operations. Selling the idea to either Iraq or Syria is going to be a tall order, however, as Arab troops really means in the context Sunni Arab troops from nations not on particularly good terms with the Shiite governments of those nations. Jordan and Syria have seen their relationships sour dramatically in recent years, with Jordan openly training U.S.-backed rebels for the fight in Syria and calling for the ouster of the Assad government. Sending this army careening into Syria and Iraq without at least some acceptance from those governments would be hugely problematic and would further complicate an already messy war. In the meantime, the U.S. continues to sell ideas like arming random Anbar province tribes or training up whole new Syrian rebel factions as the way to increase the number of boots on the ground. Their denials notwithstanding, it seems like the U.S. troops are also likely to get sucked into direct combat sooner or later. For over 35 years, Robertson Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and permanently removed the minimum purchase order for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 850-478-5270 or online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports ride-sharing company Uber suspended its operations in the state of Nevada late on Wednesday in a setback that it said would cost nearly 1,000 jobs. Companies such as Uber allow passengers to summons cars using apps on their smartphones rather than calling a taxi company and have gained popularity in dozens of U.S. cities over the past few years. But they face opposition from taxi companies and some officials who argue the upstarts do not face the same stringent regulations as traditional cabs, and insurance companies want their drivers to carry more expensive insurance policies. Uber's decision to temporarily suspend its service in Nevada came after a legal setback. On Tuesday, a Washoe County District Court issued a preliminary injunction preventing the company from statewide operations. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Bitcoin Not Bombs. Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com. UPI reports Walmart workers across the country will be striking on Black Friday, calling for better hours and a $15 per hour wage. The group Our Walmart, which is backed by the United Food and Commercial Workers, is representing the strikers who have so far presented formal strike notices in at least 6 states, with more to follow. Marches and strikes are planned in over a dozen cities across the country, but they are not expected to disrupt the retailer's operations. In previous years, strikes have not been designed to interrupt shoppers or at-work Walmart employees, and there is no indication that this year could be any different in that regard. The company's estimate of striking workers has traditionally been much lower than the organizers. Walmart has released numbers saying dozens of workers have gone on strike, while the unions regularly claim hundreds. According to organizers, Friday's Washington, D.C. rally is preparing to host 300 protesters, 30 of whom are workers. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.